Hello and welcome to Felixstowe Community Television. We've got a lovely programme for you today. It's going to be our Mencap Extravaganza. We're showing you the whole show and it's fantastic. But before we show you the show, I would like to introduce you to Linda Owens. Now, Linda Owens is an extremely amazing woman. She organised the extravaganza and you have no idea how much work that was involved. It was amazing. And she works for Mencap and on the committee as well as a daytime job, and I'm sure she's going to tell us all about it because I want to know more. Linda, hello. Thank you so much for coming today. It's so lovely to see you again. We've had some amazing times together, watching your rehearsals for the Mencap Extravaganza and talking with you. But there's a lot more to this. There's a reason behind why you had the Mencap Extravaganza.
There is. There is. So first of all, just to let people know a little bit about me, I'm an activity coordinator at a nursing home. I've done that for 5 years. But I've actually worked in the care sector since 1989.
Wow.
1989. No, 1989, 1990, 1989. And I've been with Felixstowe Mencap since it is 1998. Got that wrong. 1998, and I've been with Felixstowe Mencap since 1999.
Goodness.
And I used to run a Saturday morning playgroup for them, which I now volunteer at. I retired in 2008. That was my Saturday job in the education sector. Right. And I work all week, obviously full-time in the care sector. Right. I joined the committee just over a year ago, so I'm now on the Felixstowe Mencap committee, as well as volunteering at the Saturday morning group. But my main job is at the nursing home. I've been there 5 years, and during my years of caring since 1998, I've worked in all sorts of the care sector, met several people with additional needs, elderly, carers, all with combined talents. I myself am a singer and a dancer, and it's really a dream that I've had for several years, over 10 years, of putting this show together. Right. And I'll tell you in a moment the person that gave me the inspiration, who else gave me the inspiration, and why I wanted to do it, really.
Fantastic. So how many years has this been in your mind to do? Okay.
So, as I said, I started with the Felixstowe drop-in 1999. And
it's a long time ago.
Yeah. This is why I'm getting the years on that. And one of the young girls who was a member at the group was Ruth DeBenga. And she's a young girl who copes very, very well with autism. She has Asperger's syndrome, the high-functioning side of autism, and her brother Luke has classic autism. And Ruth, you know, she specialises in the English language. That's her talent. And she was writing stories at school, and she was writing poems. And every time she won a competition, and that was very often, she wanted to give the money to Mencap, to our drop-in group, and she did. You know, and she cut a disc. She wrote a song called That Will Do. And she cut the disc, and the money again went to Mencap. And, you know, I said to her mum, Amanda, I said, you know, Ruth is amazing. I said, what I'd really love to do is to one day stage a concert, and all these people that I've met that inspire me with additional needs, and all the carers, etc., I'd love to put them on the stage too and make them shine. And Amanda just said, you know, if you do that, Linda, I will sing for you. Oh, well, right. Amanda sang, she danced, Ruth and Luke both danced.
I saw, yes.
Ruth, of course, wrote the poem about how it feels to be autistic.
She's so clever.
She's born to be on the stage, that girl.
Yeah.
And my dream came true. I got these people to shine, but it was really Ruth that gave me the inspiration to do that. And that was when Ruth was about 8, you know, from when she was 8 and she's now 22. Goodness. So it was all that time ago. And I was just waiting for when I'm a busy woman. I work full time and I'm on the committee, and I do lots of other things as well as singing and dance, and I work at the drop-in on a Saturday.
Goodness.
But I had a slight lull in my social life, so I thought possibly I can do the extravaganza. But it was really that Felixstowe Mencaps needed a minibus. The minibus is currently in the British Legion car park. It is rusting, and we needed a minibus, and I thought it's going to be Mencap Extravaganza time, and poignantly, the DVDs that you've just produced, thank you so much, Maureen, which we're launching now.
Yes.
You've kept the slogan, I'm so pleased. This is our programme. And we have a lovely slogan at the bottom here, music is life and the dance goes on.
Should we put that up a bit?
That is just so important. Music is life and the dance goes on, because people with additional needs, they just fight all their life. Their parents fight for them to get statements, to get funding, to get this, to get that. But it's not just that. It's that one of my caring jobs, I worked for 6.25 years, a very special place called Hope House.
Right.
And I used to do a lot of support working with them, a lot of activities.
What is Hope House?
So Hope House is at Kesgrave. It's a very special place, and it's for youngsters with severe additional needs.
Right.
So youngsters that have a very good quality of life. The staff are amazing, and during the time I was there, I was doing the same things as they're doing now, taking them swimming, taking them chariot riding on horses, doing baking with them, trampolining, everything. They're still doing it now, and I did that too. But these youngsters, they don't have the ability to talk, and they don't have the ability to walk. They are, quite profoundly impaired, but have a brilliant quality of life, but not as long a life as anybody would want. And unfortunately, just as I was thinking, it'll be extravaganza time soon, unfortunately, 2 young gentlemen that I cared for all those years passed away over the years.
How old were they?
Thomas passed away when he was 30, and he passed away just after Christmas in 2014. Aaron passed away just before Christmas in 2013, and as far as I know, because I don't work there now, I'm pretty certain that Aaron was 27. And both parents very kindly gave me permission to add their names to the programme and to the concert. And Music is Life and the Dance Goes On was put in dedication to Thomas and Aaron.
Oh, that's
because
nice.
Thomas, he couldn't see, but when a plane go over or when Charlotte Church was played, his head shoot round and his eyes would directly go to the music. And without Charlotte Church and without music in his life, he wouldn't have had such a pleasant life. And Aaron would sit in front of the telly, and he loved dance and music. And when Britney Spears and people like that came on, Aaron would hug the telly. He would hug the television. And that was, very important to him. So Music is Life and the Dance Goes On was put as a dedication to Thomas and Aaron, but was really put as a dedication to all the people that made up the extravaganza, because everybody in that programme was in the care sector in some way. Everybody in that concert, even the professionals. Gina Silburn, who is a very experienced lady in the field of song in Ipswich, she works alongside me, but also in her own right with fluffy music. She sings and helps people with dementia, as I do. And, all of the people in that programme are in the care field in some sector, and it's very important.
I was amazed at the dedication. Some of the dancers, it would have been quite hard for them to do what they did, and every one of them, you could see, put every ounce of energy, and to do it correctly. It was so noticeable. It was very moving, actually. Very moving.
When Ruth danced with her mum, and the two Lukes danced with Amanda as well. I know that many people got a lump in their throat at that extravaganza.
You could feel it, couldn't you?
The sense of pride that I felt was amazing. So how it was for Amanda, I have no idea. I've been on the phone to Amanda today, but the photographs that I have to give as a present to Amanda just show exactly what you're saying. And the timing was impeccable. And you could see Amanda coaching those three youngsters as they danced, the dedication and the counting, and Hushabye Mountain for me. Ruth and Amanda dancing to Hushabye Mountain. Oh, it's like, and I heard people, oh, it's Hushabye Mountain. I heard people, you know, saying, even the hardened people that were there, mounting. And when Lissy came on stage, Lissy and Shez in their red and their black, they lit up the stage, and they just smiled and danced, and it was just so beautiful. And when Amanda and Josie sang, and Elaine and Ben signed to Can You Hear Me? That was iconic. That summed up the extravaganza. They were singing, you know, the eyes, the vision of a young girl who was 8, saying, I'm deaf, but my world is pleasant for me. My world is enough for me. And there was Ben, one of our members of our drop-in, Mencap, copes with Down syndrome every day, beautiful young man, great quality of life, loves to dance, signing fluently with Elaine, who gave up her job in retail to become a signer, and is such a skilled signer. Is also a volunteer at the drop-in. I met her at Genesis Daycare Centre when I worked there, and is also, of course, a ballet dancer alongside me. And it's a tangled web, and I kept saying this as I was introducing the acts. Lots of us all knew each other through different parts of the extravaganza, but that was what it was about. That was why it was so easy for me to say, oh, and I can have so-and-so, and I can have so-and-so, and will you please do it? And they all said yes, and nobody said no. And it was just such a big show, and I never expected everybody to say yes. And it was lovely. It was only 2 acts that pulled out because they got a paid gig that night, which I quite understood, you know. And it's great. They gave their time, they gave their dedication, and they gave it all.
They did, they gave it all. It was very emotional evening. I can see you welling up now. The thought.
Because this was my dream. And, you know, as I said in another interview that you did with me, as I was practicing for Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which was the set I was doing the solo in, you know, those Ava Cassidy notes were quite big notes, and it was so silly because I'm driving to work in my car from Felixstowe to Ipswich every day, and I'm just watching the traffic and singing, and I'm getting the top notes without even thinking, just like that. And then I knew when I come on the night that I'd find them strange because I was doing everything else. But what was going to concern me was, would I get emotional? I would see Dawn, you know, my resident from the nursing home, I would see her sitting there dancing in her wheelchair. I would see my lovely Louise from Hope House soaking up the evening, enjoying the lights and the flowers of the set. And Tom there playing guitar on guitar, and the 2 lovely dancers that we had who, you know, I was emotionally connected to all these people. And just the song is a big thing, isn't it? You know, people say when they hear that song, and would I get emotional, and so that I couldn't make the notes because of that. But because it was just such a busy show and there was all sorts of things going on, I was emotionally connected, and the song and all the words meant an awful lot to me. And really, the Somewhere Over the Rainbow is what the whole extravaganza was about, because we were singing Louisa's dream. We were all playing and singing and dancing Louisa's dream for her. We don't know what her dream is because she can't tell us, but we just know that when she hears that song, she makes all those beautiful noises of expression, and that she really enjoys it. And we think that she would like to be over a rainbow. Would she like to walk when she's over the rainbow? We don't know, do we? But we just know she enjoys that song. I know.
It makes you so emotional, doesn't it?
It was just so busy that I just sort of went with it. you know, so I just went with it.
I've just got to interject here. I've just got to say, you have got to watch this show. It's so beautiful and it is so emotional. I have never seen so many people give their all, and to give them the stage as well. A lot of people wouldn't have the opportunity to show their talent, and talent they've got.
Yes.
Ruth DeBenga, I mean, my goodness.
Yeah. The poem that she wrote on the slant.
Amazing.
You know, I just said to Amanda, I said, you know, would Ruth like to write a poem about how it feels to be autistic?
Yes.
It was done within a week. And I mean, that was a full 2 pages on a full scap sheet.
And it was so good.
Off pat. I mean,
Yes.
she practiced it for Felixstowe Radio.
Yes.
And it was off pat and expressionism, like a comic, you know,
Yes.
like a comedian.
She's got a wonderful sense of timing. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, amusing, wasn't it? Very amusing.
She was
but
wonderful.
so right, you know, how do we know that she, as she's saying, she's perfectly normal. We're the ones with the affliction, you know, and so right, and you know, and Sana, totally without sight, sung all her life, sung since a little girl. You know, I used to care for Sana. And, you know, as we worked together, we would sing together, and that was a great honour for me. And just to have her to say yes. That lady's never performed on a big stage like that. She can't see anything, but she sings in tune, and she sings with such timing, you know, and Stand By Me, what a fantastic song to sing. And Harley, you know, accompanying her like that. And the first thing he said to me afterwards was, Linda, I've really enjoyed this evening. If you do another one, please let me perform. You know, and Sana just walking on with her walker and sitting there and performing for the whole audience, and me knowing that her dad was in the audience. And such a big thing for her. You know, Maria and I in Songbirds, and Elle, and Gina Silburn, and the other people who are professional in the extravaganza, we get the chance to appear and to perform more often. But people like that, they don't get chances like that.
No.
And for them to do it so well. And
but it's that passion. Do you know you can be professional when you don't see the passion that they gave, and you could feel it. You could just feel they'd given it their all. It was amazing, and I blame you for that because you know you led it, you drove it, and you allowed them to be who they are, and you encouraged them. You're an amazing lady.
I just wanted them to shine.
They did,
and I wanted everybody to get it. I wanted the world, or anybody was watching, any audience that went, and anybody that filmed it or listened to it or saw it, to just see that anybody has got a talent, and that people with additional needs have really good talents.
Yes.
And you might walk past them in the street, but once you've seen them perform, you'll walk past and you'll turn back and say, oh, that's that lady with that amazing voice. Not that lady who's blind. That's that lady with amazing voice. Person first.
I'm sure that'll happen as well. I bet that does happen. There's a lot of people in the audience.
Wanted to set the trend. And, you know, I wanted to, you know, parents have been listening to their children sing and seeing their children dance for a long while and knowing their struggles. I wanted to see us admire them. And for the parents to see us.
That's for the parents as well. Do you know you really do think deeply about this. You've done a lot for everybody. You really have. When
you are involved with a tight-knit group like the Saturday morning drop-in, which you're coming to our Christmas party on Saturday.
Yes, thank you.
Children are from 2.5 upwards, we're Ofsted registered. When you're involved and you actually run the group, as I did for 9 years, and you see the parents struggle, what the children and the parents and the families go through, you get it, and you help them through so much, and they help you, and then it's a small family group. So, you know, a young gentleman who's in a wheelchair, he may be pushed by a little girl with autism, you know, but he will turn around and do up her painting apron because she can't see. Do you see what I mean? And then, you know, you have a mother come in and a specialist has told her, for instance, that her young girl will only ever talk echolalia, which is echo what everybody else says. And we said, oh no, she's been talking herself during the group. And then somebody else would come, and that would be a parent of somebody whose specialist might have said that to them when they were young, and said, oh no, don't worry about that. We all support each other. It's a family group.
Yes.
And you know, Felixstowe Mencap are doing extremely well at the moment. We've had an extremely good year this year because of the Extravaganza, but because of donations and because of the committee that we've got and the groups that the committee is umbrellaing. We've got the Gateway Club, we've got the Sports Opportunity Group, we've got Mencap Magic, which is mostly ladies, but it's crafts and things like that they do, music, finishing, visiting places. We've got the Saturday morning drop-in, which is the youngsters that I work for. All of these groups, we are doing so well. And, you know, the groups that we umbrella, they're doing very well. And the committee is there behind them. And it's an honour to be on the committee. But, you know, we umbrella some very important groups, and we allow some very important people to have sort of social life that they might not have otherwise. And that minibus is just so important. And I drive the minibus, and I hadn't driven it for many years, and I took them out to a stables in the summer, and it took me a while to get used to it. Oh, this is really, really run down. We definitely need an extravaganza. And because the extravaganza was meant to be next year, spring next year.
Oh, right.
2015. But I am in another big concert next year, and that is one that is being put together by Diane Nimney, and that's called Sing Out for Cancer at the River of Life Church.
Yes.
And I just knew that Felixstowe couldn't cope with 2 concerts in the spring.
Right.
So I had to bring mine forward.
So what time?
Forward.
What time scale were you working under?
I started I actually booked the Academy in May for the October performance, but communication was very difficult with the Academy, and they didn't really get back to me till September, but I'd actually booked it in May.
No.
But we were doing rehearsals from June, you know,
But even so, that's a really short time. You don't, you know, a big show that you produced takes longer than that normally.
We had a cast of 80 and we had 20 helpers. We had a cast of about 20, and I had lots of help. I had wonderful ladies helping me and other people, and you know, nobody said no. People said, what can we do to help?
Wonderful.
You know, can I do that? Can I do this? Yes, I did a lot of ticket delivering, and I did a lot of things myself. I did have people help me with promotion.
Right.
Elaine helped with promotion, Amanda helped with promotion. Amanda set up a wonderful Facebook site and to portray the whole extravaganza. And yes, I did have that help. And Mike from Felixstowe, Bob Meadows from Felixstowe Radio was great and helped with promotion. And that was good, but people were saying, what can we do to help? And of course, the ladies that did the refreshments, the ladies, you know, we had people chaperoning on the night.
Yes,
you know,
of course.
I had to organise it down to lifts, chaperones, cakes, everything.
Did you organise that as well?
Yeah, I didn't do them. We had
no, but the organisation is...
I just wanted to make sure that it was all there. You know,
so did you collapse afterwards?
It took me about 3.5 weeks to stop being tired, and it took me about 2 weeks to stop being intensely tired. I was obviously running on adrenaline.
Yes.
My workplace put up with me, and I did some very strange things while I was doing that extravaganza, like put things in funny places and you know, things. And I wrote this scrappy piece of paper that I had on top of my microwave, and I was going to read this out if we had the odd moment in the extravaganza, just to make people laugh. And it was like, I drank a lot of hot chocolate during the extravaganza because I ran out of milk so many times. I ran out of cups. I burnt the toast. There was many more spiders in my house than there'd ever be. I just couldn't get round to cutting the grass, but I did it in the end. My son couldn't repair the windscreen wipers on my car because I couldn't get to my son's and get the car to him. And I ran out of work clothes many a time because I couldn't get round to doing the ironing.
I'm not surprised, as you think your home life just went.
Yeah,
to
we
pot.
had an extravaganza.
Yeah.
I didn't have milk, but we had an extravaganza.
And we had an extravaganza. Absolutely wonderful. I tell you what, you're amazing. And do you know, you have just got to watch the extravaganza. It is amazing. You've heard everything that's been said, and every word is true. It was the most beautiful show, and you choreographed everything so well, and it wasn't easy. There were a few little glitches that were nothing to do with you on the evening, but Linda, I watched her full of admiration, just waft through it all and get it all organised, and everybody did what they needed to do, didn't they? Beautiful.
Yeah, and I thank everybody, including you, Maureen and Eric. I thank everybody for the support of the extravaganza, from, you know, the ladies that did the refreshments to Amanda setting up the Facebook site. We have our lovely small banner behind us, which has got KW Autos on.
Yeah.
Ken Wells was such a good sponsor. The Lions, Felixstowe, gave us £250.
Wow.
You know, to cover costs. And I have to say that we didn't have any costs because everything was covered by donations. I did run that extravaganza on no pennies at all. I didn't have any expenses. There wasn't.
Have you ever thought of going for Prime
there
Minister? You could do a better job.
I have to say that
really?
everything is covered. Everything is covered.
Well done.
Yeah, but it's because of the kindness of people. But that was my idea from the start, that every piece of, you know, we were solo on the night, weren't we? There weren't any seats.
No, there wasn't. It was jam-packed.
And all the ticket money was going for that minibus. You know, that was, I was going to keep going.
Yes.
And, you know, if any more costs came, then I just would get on the phone to somebody else and see what we could drum up. You know.
How much money did you raise, or have you raised so far?
Okay, so the total cost so far, the total gain so far, not cost, is £2,415.28. But of course now Maureen has created these lovely DVDs which are on sale for £10, and £2 of every DVD goes through to Felixstowe and District Mencap Society, strictly for the minibus.
Yes.
And so the £2 will add up, so of course that cost is going to, you know, there was a prize for every cast member in that. The programme sales made £127.
Oh, that's
and
good.
£60 of that came out. I gave a prize to a present to every cast member.
Oh, that's lovely.
You know, we had Keep on Rockin', there was 16 of them.
They were amazing.
Yeah, every cast member, even the Academy acts, I sent them all photographs.
Goodness.
Everybody had a present to say thank you, because it's a big thing, isn't it? To, you know, even for Gina, I don't think she's ever led a choir that big, you know. And she's certainly not performed with people of that nature before, and she might never again.
And I've been to a couple of your rehearsals, and you rehearse. It isn't just the show, it's all the rehearsals beforehand. People give up their time, they're there, they work. It was amazing. Do you know, we've run out of time? Yeah. We have so run out of time. Couldn't we just go on? I'm sure there's much more. I'm sure there's much more.
Have to watch the DVD.
Oh, yes. And if you want a DVD, which I think will be a wonderful present, you can get that from the Corner Cafe in Hamilton Road. You can come along to the Gainsborough Studios. We're 91 Gainsborough Road, Felixstowe. We'll always have copies here for you to buy. Or you can contact you, can't they, Linda?
Yeah.
Now, where should they contact you?
So, you know, the same as I was selling tickets for the extravaganza, my home phone number was there, and that's 01394 212 522. and you can leave a message on my answer phone. It's not an extravaganza message now, it's just a normal message. But if you leave a message there, I will get back to you. I will deliver DVDs. I have to say that the people who've already ordered them from me, don't worry, I've got that covered. You don't need to remind me. You will all be getting those. And but anybody fresh that wants one, that's not a problem.
And it goes to a very good cause.
Yeah.
We want to support you here at
Thank you so
Felixstowe
much, and
Community.
thank you for your support.
Oh, you're
for the
so
whole-
worth supporting.
whole thing, you know.
Yeah.
And when I deliver those DVDs, I then get the personal message, don't I? As I was delivering tickets, I was meeting the audience.
Yes.
And that was very important for me, to meet the audience that would be seeing that
Yes.
show and to see what was behind them. And, you know, I delivered tickets to families of people who were in the show, and to see them come and to watch their loved ones
Wonderful.
was great.
And they must have been so proud. Now, we're going to have to finish. One more question. When is the next one?
I know. I'm still writing letters of thank you to businesses now, because we asked a lot of people and they all said yes, and they will all get a thank you letter. And I'm still sending photographs to the cast, and I'm still recovering. You know, I've only just finished my wallpapering.
I know.
And I don't know
yes.
if there'll ever be another one. My dream was that I set the trend and that other people carry this on.
Yes.
That, you know, it's good to have all these people who are different performing.
Yes.
Carry that on, please. Carry that message. But several people have asked, and who knows, we don't know. But I have said that I may well write a book.
Right.
My book, if I write it, will be called Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Oh.
It will tell the story of the extravaganza and my dream, but it will also tell some of my life and the leading up to the extravaganza and my emotions and the thoughts behind it. And then there may even be a sequel called Another Rainbow. But
Well,
we'll have
on
to
that
see.
note, we will watch this space, and thank you so much. I've got to
Thank you.
come here. I've got to give you a kiss.
Thank you,
Amazing
Maureen.
lady, amazing lady. Well, I can't say any more. She is amazing. But we're going to play the Mencap Felixstowe Mencap Extravaganza. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.